So I was given this topic, different femtolasers as flap making devices. So basically, in 8 minutes, it's very difficult to compare every single laser on the market. So we'll just do a quick comparison of Zeiss, Zimmer, Alcon, and AMO, and let's see which one we should buy. So I'm not a paid consultant to Zeiss or Zimmer or anyone else, even though I would like to be. So let Zeiss present its case first. Okay, so I called up Zeiss, I called up AMO, I called up Zimmer, and I said, okay, you send me all your data and let's see which one looks better. AMO never responded, so gone. But Zeiss and Zimmer responded, so that's what we got. Zeiss claims and backs with data that their system has certain advantages. Of course, they have their company slide saying that everything is wonderful and everything is very good. But let's have a look at each of these claims. For example, it says very high visual acuity. I don't see how much difference that actually makes in a femtolaser. But anyway, let's examine each of these claims. So patients who underwent VisuMax flap creation have a clear preference for the VisuMax. Of course, this study was carried out by Zeiss. So if you ask a company for its slides, they are going to give you these slides. However, what you can see, if you can see my cursor, is that with the old intralace system, like with the old femto systems, visual blackout during flap creation was a reality. And a lot of patients did get some subconjunctival hemorrhage because the IOP used to go up very high. So all the new systems don't have that problem. Let's have a look. One more company slide which says that the VisuMax MEL combination is much faster than Alcon's. This was Dan Reinstein's study. And naturally, if you have a company-sponsored study, it's going to show it's faster. In reality, the difference is 10 seconds or 15 seconds, which is neither here nor there. This is an important point. The Zeiss system has got a fixation light inside. So in keratorefractive surgery, the ideal physiologic centration point is the corneal intercept of the visual axis. So the VisuMax will center the flap better on the corneal vertex because it doesn't have any blackout. Opaque bubble layer is the accumulation of gas bubbles temporarily detained in intrastromal interface. So if you have OBL, you can't do a proper excimer after that because you won't get a proper pupil tracking. And this is one good thing where VisuMax has the minimum OBL, just like Zimmer, while Alcon and Intralase are old technologies and they have a huge amount of OBL here. So in summary, the thin flap LASIK with Zimmer and VisuMax had faster visual recovery because of smoothness of the optical interface. Can you all hear me?
Yes, yes. Loud.
Yes, you can, yeah. You can hear me, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. So basically, all new femtosecond lasers will give you a smoother interface than the old femtosecond lasers. This is nothing fantastic or surprising. If you see an iPhone 12 and you compare it to an iPhone 5, and then it's going to be better and everything is going to be better in that. So that's the progress of technology. This is an important point that the VisuMax has the lowest increase of intraocular pressure as compared to the Intralase and the Zimmer. Because again, their technology is a little different and it uses that fixation light. Now, Zeiss says, of course, his system is better, and let have Zimmer has its day in the market. So Zimmer feels the system is superior because, first of all, one system does everything: cornea, cataract, and now lenticule extraction. Basically, their USP is that instead of using microjoules, as you see here, they are using nanojoules. And that's why there is less energy in the eye, so the visual recovery is faster. I have used the Zimmer system and they had left it for a demo. It was quite nice and user-friendly. And their focal length is less than 1 centimeter, while Zeiss is about 10 centimeters. So that's why they have higher energy in Zeiss, and you can use less energy in the Zimmer system. Of course, if you see Zimmer's company slide, it finds that Zimmer is definitely better, etc. And they say that they have a low incidence of vacuum loss. That is true, because if you articulate that arm onto the eye, the chance of vacuum loss is really low as compared to the other systems. And it's the smallest. Now, basically, now in conclusion, what you have to see is that the era of microkeratome LASIK is basically over. The only reason why we are whipping it to death in India is because people don't want to pay. If everybody came and was ready to pay 1.2 lakhs, there would be no more microkeratomes and they would go into extinction like dinosaur or those old diesel powered cars with black smoke coming out from behind. It still goes on and on, not because patients can't afford, they can afford all kinds of other things. It's because they don't feel it adds value to the procedure. Price is only one part of the expense of buying a femtosecond system. Once you buy it, then there's a huge running cost where you have to keep buying the consumables and the interface. And then after 3 years, there is a ridiculous maintenance contract that the company will stick you with. It's like buying a car for 2 crores and then every year you have to spend 30 lakhs to maintain the car. It's better to throw it away. So this is something that companies have to get their act together. Their maintenance contracts are quite frankly ridiculous. Otherwise, it's all splitting hairs. Whether the flap is ready in 5 seconds here or there makes no difference to the doctor or the patient. Remember, no company is going to claim that their laser is inferior. Every company will maximize their presentation to their benefits. And unlike a phaco machine, we cannot buy 5 different femto flap lasers and decide which one works better. It's better to buy one, in my opinion, that makes flaps, does lens extraction, lenticule extraction. It's small and portable, and most importantly for us, cheaper to buy and run in the long run. So I am done with my presentation.
Nice, Cyrus, very practical as always. And in terms of experience, definitely it's almost impossible to have experience on all femto platforms, and most surgeons would be comfortable doing what they have been trained during fellowship to do. And of course, you can pick up new femto platforms, but always the question is in terms of a cost-benefit ratio. And final piece, the proof of the pudding is in the visual acuity and safety. I think these two are very important points. Kumar, would you like to add anything else?
He's right. I mean, ultimately, it's what works best for you. I have a Zimmer Z4 since 8 years, making flap, impact, and pockets with no issues at all. And he's also right that the Z8 has everything and it is nano jewel. So it has its pluses and it has its minuses. I think it's ultimately who you get along with as a company for the rest of the contract that you'll have to maintain.
On Dr.
So
Shetty,
is the contract for Smile. So